This is a Swift playground.
Apple and IBM have teamed up to take Swift to the cloud, which means that developers across the world now have access to using top-level tools provided by both companies to build their mobile applications. Michael Glyfix, Vice President Product Management, IBM Mobile, shed some light on this development and to know how African developers can benefit from this opportunity.
So Mike, tell me a bit about the Swift and the announcement you just made at IBM Interconnect.
When Apple open sourced Swift in December, we were actively working with the community to develop Swift for use on the server. We started actually 2 months ago with the sandbox, and we've just had developers be super interested on what they can actually do now that Swift can be used to develop applications on the server. And this is the next step in that journey. We're the first cloud vendor who actually allows people to develop applications natively in Swift on our cloud.
So tell me, in simple steps, how can a developer get started on Swift today?
We give 3 easy ways to get started. For those that want to learn about Swift, we have the sandbox. It's really easy to just type in code, experiment, and share code with your friends. We also have a new event-driven programming model on our cloud called OpenWhisk, and that supports Swift, so you can easily add a backend to a REST call or some interesting event that happens in the cloud. And lastly is we made it possible for people to stand up a full Swift runtime, including a web framework stack that we just open sourced called Kitura, that's Kitura, and that is a great way for people to get really started in developing more sophisticated back-end applications. And one of the best features of it is we made it really easy to go and share code with others, so that people in the community can quickly share snippets of code with each other. If they want to then write a more serious application where they want to start experimenting with backends that are written in Swift, we make it really easy to build on our cloud. We have an event-driven programming model, so when you call a web URL or something of interest happens, we can run some Swift code, and we also allow people to stand up web applications as well in our cloud.
Do you think Swift will do well in places like Africa and other parts of the world?
Well, you have to remember that Swift wasn't used on the server before. So one of the things that we had to do is provide the kinds of libraries needed so that you can do things like handle web calls or actually do multi-threading. It didn't exist at the time in the language. So that's been an area where we've been working with the community to actually make those features available. And what that means is now, using native Swift, you can build a REST backend, a web application, all in native Swift.
So how many developers do you have at the moment on the Swift platform?
Well, we're kind of picking the 3 ones that we think have the biggest communities. And Swift has just got incredible popularity. There's just an 11 million plus strong developer base globally, and that's not small in a very short period of time. And those people are just excited about the possibilities of Swift and what they can do with it.
Michael also added that African developers can tap into the opportunity of using the Swift platform to contribute to new Swift features and optimizations, as well as bring the language to new computing platforms by leveraging encodes across projects by creating packages and submitting them to the Swift package catalog and Bluemix to encourage sharing of new Swift resources with the global developer community.
You said Swift runs on the cloud, but what platform does it run on the cloud?
When we introduced it, we made Swift part of Bluemix. Bluemix is our platform for innovation of all kinds, and we have startups using it, independent developers, and even large enterprise customers, and now we're making it possible for them to actually create applications natively in Swift.
IBM Bluemix allows you to have access to more than 140 APIs and services for reasoning and Internet of Things, app development, as well as new source data.
We actually just launched a new package catalog. It's also on our developer.ibm.com/Swift website. You can easily find a link. And that package catalog is going to help people to find that 120 plus modules that were just introduced in 2 months, with tons more coming every day. So it's a really easy way to find components that can help application developers just build their applications that much faster.
IBM Swift engineers are working with the growing Swift.org developers community in a focus to contribute to concurrency on multi-core hardware, which is critical for enterprise-scale workloads.
Well, I think there's lots of application developers that are going to find that now that they can have Swift also on the server, it's going to dramatically simplify what it takes to build their end-to-end applications. Every great application that sits on a mobile device has powerful, intelligent business logic that sits behind it, And now I can do it all in one language, end to end, with one stack. And we think that's just going to make it so much easier for people to build apps.
Thank you for chatting with us.
Thank you very much.
That's all we have for you on this edition of the show, reaching you live from the IBM Interconnect 2016 here in Las Vegas. Until I come your way again next week, remember, keep watching Channels Television, and this is the show to always watch. My name is Chukwemeka Agbata, and this is Tech Trends.